Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Today on CityCast Houston, like you, I want to make the most of spring before it gets too hot. And all of these festivals and activities are making me hungry. So I'm bringing on the queen of snacks to restock my stash. It's Wednesday, April 23rd. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. All right, I love a good snack, so I had to bring on our friend Emily Hill, who runs the popular Instagram account Texas Grocery Finds, which at one point was called HEB Obsessed. So you know everything that is popping with snacks and groceries. You are the queen of finding incredible snacks. I'm so excited to have you back on. How are you?
Amazing. Thank you for that intro.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm hyping you up, and it's rightfully so because you are the best. And, you know, we've had you on for fall snacks. And when we think of fall, immediately we think of pumpkin spice, right? Winter, we think of gingerbread, peppermint. Summer, it's all keeping cool with your favorite fruits or ice cream. What's a snack that screams spring, though?
You know, I think spring kind of bleeds into summer a little bit with some of their flavors. But lemon, blueberry, and strawberry, even a little s'mores that's kind of hanging on from fall and winter. I feel like those are some of the flavors that we tend to see quite a bit of around this time of year.
Those flavor profiles are incredible, right? A lot more berry-ish. So is there a snack that comes to mind that screams spring for you?
Actually, outside of those flavors even, there's another one trending right now, pistachio, right? And I tried something recently that I think is a good spring snack. It's a gelato bomb from Sprouts. I feel like because we're starting to get into summer ice cream, but this is a little bit lighter and it has a pistachio filling. It kind of goes along the lines of the Dubai trend. So that's one that I've been talking about that I am kind of obsessed with. Also along the lines of the lemon, blueberry, and strawberry, there are new the Pepperidge Farm breakfast breads that have both of those flavors that I think you can make a quick toast out of or a quick breakfast that really follows those spring flavors well.
Hold on, you got to back up. A gelato bomb. So is this like just a cup or is it, how is it served? This sounds interesting. And pistachio, obviously, as you mentioned, the viral Dubai trend, right? Everything is like pistachio flavored with kanafa. But you got to explain this a little bit more. What is a gelato bomb?
Yeah, I was in Sprouts because my audience told me they wanted to see more content from Sprouts. This is in the freezer section and it comes in a little pack of 2 and you pull them out. They have a little cup that they sit in with a plastic lid. So you can kind of, if you don't want to eat the whole thing at once, which sometimes my audience was like, why would you not eat the whole thing at once? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like I try to portion control a little bit, put it back in the freezer if I need to. But it's basically like a ball of gelato covered in, I thought it was all nuts, but it's actually like cookie crumble, like pistachio flavored cookie crumble with a little bit of pistachios in there as well. And then if you slice it open, there's also a filling of like a pistachio nut butter.
Oh my gosh.
It's very good. There was also a chocolate option. I haven't tried the chocolate one yet, but the pistachio is very good. I feel like it's very on trend right now. And I'm so happy because I've always been a pistachio fan and it's kind of been considered an old person flavor.
I know. It was. It still is, right? Like if you're just like eating pistachios raw, or you're peeling them and you're sitting there and throwing the shells away, it's still kind of old school, but it's now new school with the flavor profile.
Yeah, like I would even eat pistachio pudding before. Like pistachio cake. I'm not kidding. I love it. So I'm so excited.
Pistachio pudding? Get out of here.
Oh, you can buy pistachio pudding and it's amazing.
That one I'm not trying, but I am going to try this gelato bomb because that sounds amazing.
That's fair.
Emily, guess what? Today is National Picnic Day, okay? And look, I get it. It's a Wednesday, so most people aren't going to go hit up a picnic, but maybe on the weekends, right? If they're going to a picnic or an outdoor spring activity, what's a good snack that you can recommend for us?
Yeah, I mean, I got to say cheese, but I have a few recommendations specifically. go to Aldi to get cheap cheese. They tend to buy popular cheese brands that you know and love, and they just rebrand them because they
Mm.
buy them in bulk. So one of my favorite cheeses lately is this brand from Utah called Beehive, and they have a flavor that's honey and sea salt called Sea Hive.
Mm.
They also have a coffee rubbed one. I found both of these for like $3 less than at HEB at Aldi at certain times under a slightly different name. It's like Bee by the Sea instead of Beehive or something.
Okay, so just look for that packaging, but with those words like "be by the
Yeah,
sea" and those flavor profiles.
it is the same cheese. I actually did confirm this. So, but
Wow.
you can also get them at HEB. I love that flavor. There's also I got really into goat cheeses. I went to a food expo actually called Fancy Food where it had rows of cheese to try.
Man.
So I found a strawberry goat cheese I loved, a fig goat cheese, which I've seen in some HEB stores, fig and honey.
Yeah, I've had the fig goat cheese. It's so good. It is so
Yeah.
good. I don't know if it's the same one as you, but I love a fig goat cheese.
Yeah. And then if you're just like not a huge like you like cheese but you don't know what to try, Dubliner's a really good one as an entry level cheese I think that's really good because it's sweet, it's nutty, and they have new Dubliner cheese sticks at HEB actually that are individually packaged so you could just throw a few in for a picnic and I think that's a great one. That's always one of my favorites.
Oh, I love it. The good cheese tray at the picnic or an outdoor spring activity is perfect. Get some crackers, whichever ones you prefer, and you are set because that will hold you over to that next meal. And that's what I like a snack for. Okay. I'm not trying to fill up, I'm just trying to get enough in me to get to the next meal. So this sounds fantastic. Another thing I like when spring comes around, I just feel more refreshed, right? Like there's a renewed spirit. We made it out of winter and now you are out and about. The weather is somewhat nicer, although it's getting a little bit hotter. And I like a refreshing snack. Okay. I don't know how you're going to define this. I do have a pick here, but I want to start with you. What's a good refreshing snack that we can all enjoy?
Yeah, when you said refreshing, I thought of fruit, right? It's almost peach season
Yeah.
in mid-May, but, there is this new trend with the sour frozen fruit in, the freezer section. HEB has all of the flavors now for Fruit Riot, and I've tried them all. So the original is these, like, sour grapes.
Yes.
I like the ones in the green package, which are kind of the original, and, they also have sour covered pineapple and mango, and I love the pineapple.
Whoa, I haven't seen those yet. I've tried
Yeah,
the grapes, the green packet. Those are good. I actually like mixing those up with just normal frozen grapes. So you get like a little tang and then you get like sweetness as well. But
yeah.
man, frozen pineapple with a little tang on it, I'm in.
The pineapple's so good. Okay, so
Hmm.
I feel like everyone but me likes crunchy frozen fruit. I for it's like a little cringy for me, but if you leave them out for a little bit longer, I like them.
Well, with the grapes, it doesn't get too crunchy. I eat
Yeah,
frozen grapes all the time. That's my go-to like little snack in between. And I like frozen grapes because they're not too crunchy. They're more chewy and the inside won't get icy. I don't know how to
yeah.
describe it, but those are perfect. Pineapple and mango, those can get a little hard to chew, honestly.
Yeah, there's something about just, like, that crunch of frozen fruit or, like, strawberries in your ice cream that drives me nuts. But what I found is leaving these out for just a little bit on the counter, then they're, like, become a perfect texture for me.
Sure.
So if you're like me, I think you can still enjoy these, you just need to leave them out for 30 minutes or so.
Okay, I like that one. For me, a refreshing snack, especially right now, like we are right here entering Hempstead watermelon season, and you have to
Mhm.
get a Hempstead watermelon. Okay, I don't. There are other watermelons out there, and maybe this is just like the Houstonian in me, but it has to be from Hempstead. Those watermelons, the
Uh,
seedless ones, those are the best right now. Like they're not as sweet just yet because they really get going in May, but they're starting to hit the shelves and they hit so hard when you want a refreshing snack.
yeah, you know what I learned last year that I didn't realize is there are a lot of people who look for watermelons with seeds in them because it's become
Whoa.
so trendy to be seedless, but
So, so people are going against the trend?
supposedly it has, like, a better flavor. Last year, I started actively trying to find the watermelons with seeds in them to tell my audience because there are people looking for that.
And what'd you think? Is there more flavor?
I couldn't find it at the end of the season.
Oh, okay. You couldn't find it.
I
Okay.
don't think I could. I mean, like, it's become almost like it's very hard to find. Yeah.
Wow. So you got to go underground to find a seeded watermelon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know there was like this counterculture of seeded watermelons happening.
I know. I had no idea. Well, and it was the end of the season, so maybe I'll spot some as I'm looking earlier this year. So, but
That's incredible.
yeah, I had no idea.
Picture this. You're walking through your neighborhood, and instead of scorching pavement and endless concrete, you're shaded by beautiful, towering trees. Cooler temps, cleaner air, a greener Houston. That's what Trees for Houston is all about. For over 40 years, Trees for Houston has planted and maintained over 880,000 trees across the city. Let me say that again. 880,000 trees, transforming schools, parks, and communities one tree at a time. And guess what? You can be part of this movement too. Whether you want to donate, volunteer, or request free trees for your neighborhood, it's easy. In fact, I donated on behalf of my family, and let me tell you, it feels great knowing that every dollar helps Trees for Houston plant more trees, create more shade, and grow a healthier Houston for future generations. No amount is too small, and you can help put a tree in the ground. Visit treesforhouston.org right now to get involved or donate. That's treesforhouston.org. Do something today for a greener tomorrow. We're all looking for a perfect Mother's Day present, so let me tell you about the Aura frame. It was just named the best digital frame by Wirecutter, and I got one for my mom, and she's not that tech savvy, but it was a breeze for her to set up. The best part, once she was connected to the Aura app, all of my siblings and so many cousins all over the country, we started sharing photos with mom right away. Pictures of grandkids, memories from our childhood, and even one from my cousin's wedding where my mom and dad fell asleep during the ceremony. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping that off of Instagram. The picture and video quality is second to none, and Aura frames look good all around the house. Aura has a great deal right now for Mother's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code CityCast. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
What sort of promises have you made to yourself this year? Getting in better shape, eating healthier, saving more money, traveling somewhere new? What about discovering a new culture by learning a new language? With Babbel, you can do that in just a few weeks. I'm David Plotz, the CEO of CityCast, and I've been learning Spanish with Babbel. Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons, handcrafted by over 200 language experts, get you to begin speaking your new language in 3 weeks or whatever pace you choose. And because conversing is the key to really understanding each other in new languages, Babbel is designed using practical, real-world conversations. The Spanish I learned on Babbel really helped me on a recent trip to Mexico City, ordering in restaurants, shopping at the textile market, cheering on at the Lucha Libre, and I've been keeping it up since I got home. You're a podcast listener. I know that because you're listening here. I bet you'll love Babbel's new podcasts. On Eavesdrop in Espanol, which I listen to, you get to listen to a real conversation, then have the teacher host explain back to you. Then you listen again and catch everything. And you can even read along in the transcript. It's a really fun and effective way to learn. Let's get more of you talking in a new language. Babbel is gifting CityCast listeners 60% off subscriptions at babbel.com/CityCast. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/CityCast. Spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Babbel.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Emily, the other thing, like being out and about at all these festivals, activities, and it is starting to get hot, okay, as I mentioned earlier. So it gets a little draining, all right? And I need something to like energize me, something on the go. Is there anything that comes to mind for you here?
Yeah, actually. So I've worked with this brand a couple of times, and I've just come to really love their product. It's a freaking wholesome nut stuffed dates. I mean, dates are known to give you energy. You can just eat pop one, and it's kind of filling as well. You can make them yourself, but if you are on the go, you can find these at H-E-B in the healthy living aisle, filled with nut butters. I really like caramel almond nut butter filled ones.
Ooh.
And also sometimes Costco has them filled with nuts without the nut butter.
Okay.
And because I just can like throw this in my purse or in your gym bag and they're individually wrapped, you can just eat one or two. And I feel like it really does give you a little bit of energy and it's
Yeah.
filling and it's kind of healthy. So that's my go-to right now.
Okay, Emily, I don't think this is a problem that you have, but me being a Muslim man, anytime I eat dates out of Ramadan, I can't do it. It just gives me PTSD. I'm like, are we fasting right now?
Oh,
Because we break our fast with dates, right? And I'm like, oh no. Oh, did I just fast? Oh no. Like you just get that like,
oh
that sense.
no.
But I love a good stuffed date. I actually make them as a snack as well. But
Yeah.
I didn't know you could just go buy them pre-packaged. That's a really good recommendation. And yeah, they give you that perfect amount of sugar hit. There's a
Yeah.
lot of energy in them and they're good for you. So I like it, especially stuff with a good nut butter.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, yogurt's also known to give you energy, and
Yeah, yeah.
Chobani has some new protein yogurts. That might be a better option. I mean, they have some new 30 grams of protein. So
Yeah.
those are high protein, really good.
That could also be a recommendation for our next category. And look, your boy's trying to get ready for the summer. We're all trying to get our summer bodies. We're going to be out and about. We're going to be at the beach. So, what
Yeah.
are some good healthy snacks that we should be picking up?
When I go for a healthy snack, I really like dried fruit. So there's a brand called Ugly Cherries, or it says I am ugly on it. I've seen them
Okay.
at Sprouts. I've seen them at a variety of places. They're really soft. Like you think of a dried fruit that's hard. These are soft and juicy and like
Mm,
unbelievable. I also really like the brand Solely. You've seen them a lot of places too, probably HEB picked them up, Target. But they have this like fruit jerky that's like a whole piece of fruit.
yeah.
These are a little bit pricier, but they also have mango guava gummies with fresh fruit, and I really like that brand as well.
Wow. That sounds good. Okay. So, since you brought up pricey stuff, I want to go on the opposite end. What are some good budget friendly snacks that you can recommend?
Yeah, so when we're talking about dried fruits and nuts, I think a slightly cheaper way you could do it is going to the bulk section and just getting what you need, and so you don't have a lot of excess that you may not use or what have you. I think that's a good way to make it slightly more affordable. Also, Aldi and Trader Joe's tend to have healthy and or just like fun spring snacks that are on the
Hmm.
more affordable side. I think there's this like mindset in Texas that Trader Joe's is expensive, but it's really not, especially if you're looking
Yeah.
for organic products or gluten-free products. If you compared organic and gluten-free products in a regular grocery store to Trader Joe's prices, it's very hard to beat.
I think the problem with Trader Joe's that people run into is it's not that it's expensive, but it's that when you go in there, you tend to buy everything because everything looks amazing, right?
Yes.
So you go out and you're like, oh my gosh, I just spent $200 here. This is expensive. No, it's because you just bought like 30 things, ma'am. That's why.
I know. Yeah, yeah. Like the price by price comparison is like more
Yeah.
affordable, but then it's really hard to get out of that store because everything is so fun. They do such a good job of like these, seasonal treats and seasonal foods that
Yeah.
kind of pulls you in. And then their freezer section's amazing. The salads are amazing. So it's hard to get out of there.
Okay, Emily, I've got two more questions for you. Number one, what's a good snack for a spring pool party, backyard hangout where, you're hanging out with friends, so it's communal? What's a good snack for that?
So I like Johnny Pops. They are also in Costco sometimes. I think I recently saw them, and HEB picked up a lot of new flavors. There's a different flavor in each layer, and they usually have like 5 different flavors per pop.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they just picked up several new ones at HEB, so they're really fun. They also have a mini version, which I love because I have younger kids, and you may not want to
Mhm.
give them an entire popsicle. So I think that's a really good one.
Okay, I'm gonna pick those up, especially the mini ones. Yeah, because that is an issue, right? Because then what ends up happening is it's like you eat half of it because you're like, okay, you can't eat this. You're a 2-year-old. You cannot eat this whole thing, and then you're getting all the sugars. So I like that mini option as well. All right, last one, Emily. Wild card. Emily's pick. Give me a snack. No category.
Oh my gosh.
This is your time. Go for it.
Oh, okay. So there is a brand that I've been kind of obsessed with. You can currently find them online, not in Houston area quite yet, but it's a Texas small business, Mexican American owned. It's called a brand called Tozy, and they make chips with amaranth and blue corn, and they're so good. Um,
Ooh.
It is a small business, so this is going to be, a smaller bag at a price, but I think it's worth supporting small businesses if you can't afford to do so. And the owner is just lovely, and I've been hyping these chips.
Okay.
So they're one of my favorite new snacks, definitely.
Oh, I like it.
I also really like this salsa brand called Rosa Salsa. You could pair the two. I actually think the chips don't even need a salsa. They're so good. But
Wow.
Rosa Salsa is another Texas small business, and it's different than any other salsa, in my opinion. Their thing is that it sticks to the chip. So you put the chip in, nothing falls off. So if you do have kids who like salsa, like I do, my cute
Yeah.
little Texas babies, then they can eat this without spilling it everywhere quite as bad. And it's awesome. And
Whoa.
it's so flavorful. Every one of them has so much flavor. It's incredible. It's like so good.
Okay, that sounds amazing. A salsa that definitely sticks to your chip no matter what. I could use that sometimes because, I'll spill salsa on my shirt because, hey, that's just me sometimes. That's what I do. But I love it. Both of these are available online. We're going to link not only those recommendations, but all of these recommendations in our show notes. Emily, that was so much fun. It's always a blast having you on. Thank you so much. And I've also dropped a link to your Instagram so people can follow you and get the latest on what you are in love with. Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was Emily Hill. Big thanks to her again for joining us here on CityCast Houston. All right, what's your favorite spring snack? Let me know with the contact info in our show notes. And while you're in the show notes, subscribe to our daily newsletter, Hey Houston, for the latest news, happenings, events, and more around H-Town. Please subscribe to the podcast as well if you haven't already, and drop us a rating and review wherever you're listening. And share this episode with your favorite group chat so all of your friends can step up their snack game just like you. Thanks. That will do it for today. I'm Raheel Ramzanali. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new.
Okay, wait. No, I have to. I'm so bad at being put on the spot. Wait, let me think about it.
Yeah, you're good. Take your time. But that will definitely be a blooper. I'm just letting you know right now.
I am like legitimately. I've always been so horrible being put on the spot.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's like my brain just goes completely blank.